At Ovid, our role in advocacy is really with the patients, the families, and the communities that we work with is very unique, I think, because one of the things that we've realized is that every single community needs to be engaged with in a different way. I mean, we work with communities that have foundations that are very well funded and huge and operating like a slickly oiled machine, and then we also work with in other studies we work with foundations that are a year or 2 years old that are getting their money by having lemonade stands. So you have to engage with different people in different ways. And I often say that my title should not be patient engagement, it should be patient inclusion, because what we do here at Ovid is making sure that we have our finger on the pulse really of what matters most to the families that have the diseases that we work in, the rare epilepsies and Angelman syndrome and Fragile X. And if we understand what is truly meaningful and what matters most to the families, we're able to learn ourselves and then address those challenges. And I recognize in my last 2 years, I've been here for almost 2 years, that a patient advocacy function, if it's executed correctly, which I hope we're starting to try to do, then the function won't really need to exist, because every single aspect and element of the company and every function will have patient advocacy infused and coursing through the veins of not just the whole company, but the department. It's important to have close engagement and close inclusion with the patients, the families, and the caregivers, because we want to be efficient, right? And to be efficient, we need to have patients at the table and families at the table for every single conversation. So when we're developing protocols for clinical trials, it's important to have patients, caregivers, families, someone from the foundation with us talking about what is, what it would be like, what the needs of the families are, and how we should, design this trial. Because if we don't have that insight woven into every step of our process, then we're going to have to redo it, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of money to redo something that could have been executed well had we just asked the question to families and to patients. So it's about asking questions, but asking them before it's too late. Because often I feel like people will reach out for feedback from families after they already have a finished protocol or a finished something, I don't know, and say, hey, rare disease community, what do you think about this? And if there's a flaw in it, then the company is tasked with going back and redoing, and that takes a lot of time that families don't necessarily have.